Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the murder case out of Baltimore, Maryland. Pava LaPere found murdered in her apartment complex, a secured apartment complex in Baltimore, Maryland. And there is an individual, a convicted felon, a parolee named Jason Billingsley, who is wanted right now for her murder. And a lot of people want to know, how was Jason able to be paroled and out on the streets to be able to do this crime on Pava? Because Jason has an extensive criminal history of violence, sex crimes, very bad dude. And he was granted parole last year. Got out early from serving a long prison sentence. Well, the Daily Mail just came out with an article and explained a little bit about how this guy was able to be out on parole. I want to share this information with all of you. Okay, this is a report by the Daily Mail. Serial sex attacker Jason Billingsley, suspected of killing Forbes 30 under 30 CEO Pava LaPere on roof of her apartment, was freed from prison early thanks to state law after parole bill board twice denied his release. Twice, the parole board. Jason Billingsley, 32, is the prime suspect in the murder of Pava LaPere, 26. A violent sex offender accused of killing Forbes under 30 CEO on the roof of her apartment complex had his parole denied twice before a state law automatically approved his release. Convicted felon Jason Billingsley is the prime suspect in the brutal murder of Pava at her apartment building in Baltimore. The violent criminal was released in 2022 because of good credit after being convicted of attempted rape and handed a 30-year sentence by a judge. Initial reports that Billingsley was paroled were incorrect, with the chair of the Maryland Parole Commission confirming to Daily Mail that the serial sex attacker was denied twice in 2020 and 2022, just months before he was released. David Blumberg said that Billingsley was released due to an operation of law in Maryland, which allows offenders to be released early for good behavior and credits. So apparently you go in front of a board, they can deny you a couple times, but eventually, no matter what, they have to release you. What is going on here in Maryland? What's up with this law? And this is him. He told Daily Mail he was not paroled. He was released on October 5th last year by operation of law. He had a one in-person hearing in 2020, which was denied by the Parole Commission, and he applied again for release in 2022, but was denied. We had concerns about him, or we would have considered parole. He was serving time for a crime of very serious nature. With regard to his case, it was not a difficult decision to refuse parole. It's a very sad and tragic case. But she was a bright young woman with a lot to look forward to, and to see this happen is heartbreaking. What is going on? The offender registry shows that the convicted felon lives just 1.3 miles from LaPere's apartment, who had been reported missing hours before she was discovered. He's also suspected of another knife point sex attack a week before. What's going on with that? What did he do in a week before with a knife? What's going on here? So was he paroled or not? We'll just consider him paroled, but he was released. He was released. And pretty much the parole board didn't really have a say. They had to under this new law. Let me know what you think. Operation of law? Apparently in Maryland now, I guess you go in front of the parole board maybe a few times, you could get denied, but eventually they have to parole you if you have good conduct in prison. Does that seem like that's the situation? Their hands were tied and they had no choice but to parole this guy? Is that the situation? Maybe they should change this law here, or, I don't know. What is going on in Maryland? Is it a cost issue to keep people incarcerated? They feel like it costs more to incarcerate someone. And than letting them out on parole, which costs much less? Is it policies, new policies in play? How was this guy able to be out on the streets? And now he's wanted. Now he's wanted. I'm sure authorities are looking for him. I made a live earlier today about this case. Go check it out. I show the apartment complex itself. How did he get into this apartment complex? Did he know her? Did he know the victim? Or was this just a crime of opportunity? What is going on in Baltimore? I am covering this case extensively. Subscribe to my channel, like, hit the notification button. Let me know what you think. I'll be reading the comments. We will talk soon. Stay tuned.